What is up? Good evening, my people. What's good, Root TV? What's good, Rob? Rob, baby. Lydia. You know, Rob, you should be a moderator too, right? Rob, you're Rob from Cindy and Rob, right? Same one? It's the same Rob? Yep. Might as well make you guys both moderators. But yeah, so I'm actually going to be doing an exclusive Zoom chat in a little while. I was going to do it earlier, but me and my daughter were preoccupied, so we're going to do it on my Patreon, and I'm going to have the Zoom link up. And for those that are not patrons that want to check it out tonight, they will be able to as well. We're doing a giveaway. In fact, we could do a giveaway right now, real quick. On my Patreon, where not just, see, I started this new platform. We're doing these live Q&A discussions. Roger Spur is going to be a part of it, and I'm going to have various people that are a part of it, but the ones that I'm doing without Roger, of course, are when I take some of the topics that we talk about to a deeper, different level. And I'm going to be discussing different information I was shown while researching that involves even Akhenaten and the 18th dynasty. And what I feel, and I'm going to show actually some evidence to connect some of the dots about what I was shown and talk about, where Akhenaten, in fact, it might even be with his father, Amenhotep III, prior to him, where some of this knowledge was rediscovered. And Akhenaten, I think, actually carried it out, where he recreated creation. He learned how to make a death transformation for himself. And I'm gonna drop some serious information about this that's even related to what many call the Mothman. So people are gonna love this. You could check me out at patreon.com/themysticalspiral if you guys want to join. Man, they're trying. You know what? I'm not even going to mention that on here. But the mark of the beast is definitely here, people. It's all around us. So I got some tensor rings and some selenite wands to give away. Let me show you guys. Time is near. So I got these really nice, you can see in the sunlight, 10-inch selenite wands, raw selenite wands, really amazing. So I have a few of them to give away for the people that want to make purchases on my website, themysticalspiralstore.com. For those people that want to make purchases tonight, they will get a free item. I got a few of these to give away and a few tensor tools to give away. So if you guys want to specify when you make a purchase in the comments what you prefer, I will send you one of these and also some fluorite, maybe even some labradorite, depending on what I got for you as well. So that's tonight. I'm gonna be, doing these sales because people have been hurting financially, so things have been slow on my end, real slow lately. So I gotta get more promotion out there and get more people to know it, because times are rough right now. But these are amazing selenite wands, and this whole box of them was charged at the North Salem Balanced Rock, the megalithic dolmen of red granite. That's a healing chamber. And for those that don't know, like, you guys see, lose you? No, it's all good. For those that don't know too, like, I'm wearing one right now just as a bracelet, but these are actually, you can actually wear them on a necklace as a big pendant, but they're also designed to go over around water bottles. And you also can charge items within the circle, and they're designed to fit perfectly around water bottles. You could, I have water bender rings. I got all sorts of heavy gauge ones as well. And of course, you can even charge your buds in there. But it's made perfectly to go around water bottles, to charge your water, to restructure your water. And I'm going to be going deep into the 18th dynasty and Akhenaten tonight. What's up, Covington, Louisiana, Ireland, everybody that's on there? The spark of life, well, it's been crazy lately. I've been feeling the heavy energies lately. And, I can't complain. Everybody's struggling out there, so things are rough right now all over. But my goal eventually is to help change the world. Like, if I ever won the lotto or got a large sum of money, like, there's so much. I want to open my own school and to teach people how to like, where we have a group of people that are experts in different fields, and we're teaching people right on the internet how to homeschool their children through different subjects. That's one thing. Another thing is I have a series of books and music that I need to put out there, not just for myself, for other people, to help heal the world. The music it's part of it, and the information that I've been working on. And ultimately, I would love to start a place where we can have our own crops and our own fruits and vegetables and all of this. I feel the rage and the anger of the planet getting stored within energy spots of our bodies, and simultaneously in energy spots of the planet. And Akhenaten knew this. Akhenaten knew where the umbilical cord of Egypt was. And he was obsessed with recreating creation and about transformation. And I was shown what Akhenaten transformed into, and how he was in a stasis until the 1960s. And I'm going to explain more about this later. So guys, right now, the mysticalspiralstore.com, not only are you getting once in a lifetime purchases and products, sacred light technology, but you're also supporting this amazing information and everything else that I bring to the table for all you guys all the time. And all these products, they last a lifetime unless you lose it or smash it somehow. And you might even feel inclined to give it to somebody and then get another one. Well, thank you, everybody. I hope you guys will be there in the chat room, the Zoom chat. It's usually going to be just for patrons on my Patreon. But if you guys aren't Patreons and you guys want to join tonight, you can find the link. I'll be posting it. And this is a one-time only because I know a lot of people aren't aware of it. Yep, money can. You're right. That's been the whole thing, man. I never followed the money. And it might have always, in some ways didn't benefit me financially, but in other ways it saved my soul. Yep. But we ain't out of the waters yet. We just getting started. We are in the age of Archangel Michael, officially, for sure. We've been for a while. And we are going through a major cosmic transformation. A cosmic virus evolution. And for those that think that we evolved because of Darwinism, I mean, come on. We evolve because of the addition of bacterias and viruses from space. Fred Hoyle and Professor Schanzer were right. This is how evolution happens. It's the network of God. And, when people were saying that, God punished people, remember when AIDS first came out, a lot of even psychics, a lot of intuitives, a lot of hypersensitives were picking up on telepathic and higher information, higher symbolism, certain images that they were seeing, but they were misinterpreting due to their own programming and their own upbringings and the programming of society. They were being shown. That's why a lot of psychics and people that were channeling information, they were, when AIDS and HIV first came out, that the AIDS virus was a punishment. A lot of people were saying this, right? A lot of religious people were saying this. But the thing is, they were misinterpreting the message. I do believe that the AIDS virus and HIV, it came from comets. It was brought here to this planet through either meteor showers or cometary dust, or it was a new virus introduced to us. But it's part of the thought network of God. The way the universe works, the way God's thought networks work, we were misusing sexual contact and our bodily fluids and our blood. So the universe formed a sort of punishment in a way. A new virus was introduced that hit us as a result of our sexual perversion. Not because of people being gay, because of the sexual perversion on our planet and the various other perversions related to bodily fluids and bacterias and the exchange of bodily fluids between people. The government are harvesting these viruses from space. Don't get it twisted. Where do you think they come up with these viruses from? They don't just invent them in the lab. They're harvesting these other influenzas from meteorites and comets. Where do you think that, why do you think they sample all these things? They're harvesting viruses and new strains from space. So they might take those strains that they harvested in a lab and do other things with it, yes. But it's proven Professor Chandra, who'll be back on my show last week, who's one of the most famous astronomers and astrobiologists in the world. He's been on my show before. I've had interviews with him before. It's been proven that comets and meteorites, asteroids, meteor showers, they bring in viruses and bacteria from space, right? And simultaneously, I've look into it, man. Millions and millions of bacteria come down in our stratosphere every day. And when they're in a minimum sunspot cycle, right? It's places where there's a breakthrough from the stratosphere. It's an open invitation for all the cometary dust to come down. And places like the Himalayas, the mountains, literally punch a hole in the stratosphere and form a funnel route for all the cometary dust to come in. And when that comes in the Tibetan Himalayas, the first places it sweeps through and hits is China and Hong Kong. And in December 2019, we went into a solar minimum, the lowest it's been in 100-something years. And that's exactly when COVID hit, December 2019. And it hit in China. That's like in the 1970s, 1977, 1978, we had something called the red flu because people said it originated in Russia, right? But in reality, it was coming down from the stratosphere, places that did not have contact with each other through planes on a daily basis at that time. Places like Bombay in India and Boston of the United States were simultaneously having hundreds and hundreds of people breaking out with the same virus. In the same day in Boston and Bombay, it was coming down in places like that. And in reality, the cometary showers that bring these viruses, they're summoned through the activity and the thought network of the multiverse. It's all connected. Comets and meteor showers are the thoughts of God. And his cometary messengers and his angels have access to this knowledge. Cosmic viruses are introduced to evolve planets, seed genes. Bacteriophages are the ultimate beasts on this planet that invade. And it shows you how complex life are with these bacteriophages. I mean, they're literally creations, like they're little friggin' machines with the heads of icosahedrons and things like this that have injectors and they carry DNA. And they're looking to replicate. Comets are carrying these things. Do you think that just happens randomly? There's a divine intelligence behind it all. And Akhenaten found out about this. I'm not saying... I don't even want to comment about COVID on here, but I'm saying that viruses and bacterias originate from space. They don't originate here. So they might be taken and sampled, but look it up, man. Where do you think they all come from? You don't have to agree because you're just... you're just looking into it from the media's way and all that. You haven't looked into years and years and years of research of the way comets transport bacteria and influenzas and introduce new strains cyclically. Just like the whooping cough. We have vaccines for it now. But the whooping cough was coming around every 3 years because of Comet Enki. You'll see flus come around with certain meteor showers. So I'm not here to argue. But I do feel that China and other places, they have sampled and harvested a lot of these viruses, and they take them to labs, but they get them from space. They come from space. They're introduced. That's how worlds are seeded, through bacteria. Those are the first forms of life that come from the quantum environment, the smallest forms of little machines of life that are first formed. That's what forms more. That's what these. Man, it's intense. It's intense. But yeah, guys, if you want to join, listen. The stratosphere. It's been proven. They did tests for decades now. They put balloons all the way up in the stratosphere, and there is millions and millions of tons of cometary dust, microbes and bacterias that come down from in the rain, literally. And they come down, they're lurking in the stratosphere. They're lurking in the stratosphere. And it comes from every day, from cometary dust, cometary dust throughout the universe. It's all coming, meteor showers, all that. It's lurking in the stratosphere. And like I said, when we're in a minimum sunspot cycle, places that there's a breakthrough in the stratosphere, it's like an open window. It's like an open house invitation for stuff that's lurking in that stratosphere to come in to our atmosphere and to rain down. And then places like Tibetan Himalayas, and I think this was deliberately made this way. It's a technology. People say it's just naturally happened like this. I don't think so. I think it was deliberately made this way. The Tibetan Himalayas are made so they literally punch a hole in the stratosphere, and it forms this funnel, this drainage route for everything, all that cometary material and dust and bacteria and microbes and influenzas that's lurking in the stratosphere. The Himalayas punches a hole in it when we're in a minimum sunspot cycle, especially, right? And it forms a drainage route, and it sweeps through into our atmosphere. And because of the way the wind or whatever is set up, the first places that it ends up hitting after it comes through that drainage route of the Himalayas is China and Hong Kong. And this has been proven scientifically, discussed by Sir Fred Hoyle and my buddy Professor Chandra Wickraman Singh in some of their books, like Cosmic Life Force and Cosmic Serpents and Evolution from Space and Diseases from Space. And I actually was getting visions of this stuff before I even knew these guys existed. Not with the Tibetan Himalayas, but with comets seeding worlds and all. This is how I found these guys. And they caught a lot of flack for when they first came out with this information, with panspermia and all of this. When Fred Hoyle also caught a lot of flack because he was fighting the Big Bang. He came out with a theory called steady state. Even though it was proven that it was wrong, he was trying to look for alternative reasons to the Big Bang, which I believe in as well. I believe in I don't think the Big Bang was what really happened. I don't think just randomly things just collided and we had life. Way too complex for that. Yeah, there is a link up already for the Zoom on my Patreon. If you're not a Patreon, the link, I already posted the link yesterday on one of my posts. I'll repost it here on YouTube for you guys as well, because I don't think that many people are going to be on my Patreon one tonight, so I don't have just one or two people in there. I'll make sure more people are invited. Yeah, the whole bank theory never made sense, and it's accepted. And it's dogmatic now, It's a shame because science is supposed to be looking for truth, and it's become dogmatic. And people get, they get shunned for thinking outside the box and things like that. And I think universes are into other universes. Like, they're literally torus fields within torus fields within torus fields within torus fields. Even down to the very cells of our freaking body. I think every cell of our body has a torus field around it. And it makes a nest of torus fields. And that forms all around us as well. Like an umbrella, like a bell around us. Tori within tori. Right down to our very cells. God bless you as well. And I'm not telling you guys to believe me. You don't have to. But I know they are not just random celestial objects floating through space. They are under cosmic intelligence. And they're being probed out from various places like the Kuiper Belt and the Oort cloud. And I've shown in various radio shows I've done and chats where they even discuss this in the Bible. The Bible talking about coming from the edges of the universe, reserved for times of trouble and times of war. They're talking about the Oort cloud. All over the book of Revelation, they're talking about cometary bombardments, cometary messengers. They're vials, they're bowls of heaven, the queens of heaven. Look at my buddies here. All right, so soon. Glad you guys are here. I also will be having Professor Chandra back on my show next week. I'll be having him right here on YouTube. And great guests every week and great shows right on Truth Frequency Radio every Saturday night from 7 to 9 Eastern on my show on Truth Frequency Radio Network. That's tfrlive.com. You can find it at tfrlive.com/Eye of Ra as well. And of course, the Mystical Spiral Store. If you want your free wand or tensor tool, all you got to do is make a purchase. And you'll get a free wand and also free crystals. Other crystals like fluorite and things like this. So that's for tonight only. Spiral out.